Hello, everybody. Let me see if this works. All right, cool. Okay, so the broader topic is agent monetization, but I changed the subtopic of the presentation a little bit, and today I'm going to talk about how to enable AI agents to discover and pay for arbitrary services. I'll get to the motivation during the presentation, but before I start, I wanted to ask, just out of curiosity, how many people here know Apify? Well, it might be like 10%, pretty good. All right, so a short introduction, right? Apify started 10 years ago, actually in Y Combinator Fellowship, and we started as a web scraping company, like a full-stack web scraping platform where you can run scrapers, and over time we actually launched a marketplace of these tools, or scrapers. Actually, we call them actors. And now, over the years, we grew to 5,000 actors for all kinds of use cases, right? So, for example, we have a lot of scrapers still. For example, if you need data from social media, we have scrapers for all the major social media sites. We have scrapers for e-commerce sites, search engines, maps, all that. And we have also like a general purpose scrapers. For example, if you need data for training your AI models, right? So you just scroll a website like Google does, right? And convert the data to Markdown to feed it into your like AI chatbots and RAG pipelines and so on. And over time, actually, we started to like bring even like other actors to the store, including AI agents as well now, and data processing tools and UIs and so on. So the ecosystem actually grew, and some of these actors are built by us as a company. Some are built by our community, and just last month, we paid about $250,000 to the creators, and actually it's growing dramatically. So in a way, we become like Airbnb for these cloud apps called actors, right? And actually, this is like example of an actor. It's a Google Maps scraper. It extracts data from Google Maps, right? And it is kind of things you would expect on the marketplace, like reviews, you know, a number of users, rating, and so on. But the actors are actually represent a new way to ship software. Basically, it's like a piece of code that gets some input, performs some action, and generates some output, right? And actually, this abstraction, it's actually based on Docker, so it's like standard sort of stack. But this abstraction allows us to generate, for example, SDKs for these actors, right? So it's super easy to integrate actors to your code through, for example, Python SDKs or JavaScript SDKs, obviously shell script, because we have like command line interface as well, OpenAPI. We built actually a lot of integrations, so like it's super easy. We have like native integrations, for example, with Zapier or Make and Slack and all kind of apps to make it really easy to call actors from your workflows, basically, and do the job like in the background for your business. All right, and obviously, recently, the MCP, the Model Context Protocol from Anthropic, got a lot of traction. I haven't heard many people here talking about it, so now is the MCP time here. It kind of like took the AI ecosystem by storm because like the adoption like grew dramatically, and MCP is actually an like amazing like innovation, because let's say we have like this store of 5,000 tools, right, that can be used by agents, but you cannot expose 5,000 tools with all the input parameters, like in OpenAPI function calling interface, right? Basically, the model wouldn't be able to consume this, right? Or like maybe like Gemini, but like it would like cost a fortune, right? But with MCP, MCP has like one super cool feature, and it's like basically called like tool discovery, right? So you expose a tool that kind of helps you find new tools, and the client then registers those tools into the context and then can start using them, right? And actually MCP, over the past like 2 months especially, gained a lot of traction and actually became a de facto standard for inter-agent communication, right? And I think it's mainly because the protocol is super simple, so it's easy to build MCP server. Actually, the servers are way ahead of the clients. I think the clients are only catching up now. But as you can see, like just like 10 times more people are looking for MCP on Google than for OpenAPI, right? So I think it's clear OpenAPI is not winning this battle. And also, well, Google recently launched agent-to-agent interface or protocol. And honestly, I think MCP will prevail. I think A2A will still work for some use cases, but MCP got really the critical velocity. There are now like dozens of MCP server registries, right? There's even like from Mastra AI, our friends, they built like MCP registry just to find all the registries of MCP servers, right? And you can see there's like 12,000 different MCP servers on the MCP market, which is probably the largest, right? So you would think, okay, with MCP now the agents can interact with tools, and that means like, well, now the agents can access the any of those tools, right? Well, not really, because still to access those tools, you need to have an API key for them, right? It doesn't work out of box. So even if you use, for example, Zapier MCP server that provides like access to 5,000 apps, you still need to connect those apps to your Zapier account, right? So basically, everybody's talking about like how AI will, take over all the jobs and like, take over big parts of the economy. But the agents are still not able to do like the very basic thing that people can. It's like find, discover new services autonomously and purchase them, right? They just cannot do it, right? So I think if the agents are not able to do that, like there won't be this new agentic economy or like B2A where businesses sell to agents or agents sell to other agents unless we sort of solve this one problem, right? So what are the possible solutions of this, right? So, well, in theory, agents could subscribe to the services themselves, right? But for that, they would need to have an email, typically phone, credit card, some fake name and all that. And it's actually not very practical, right? Like, I think everybody who builds agents will attest to that like this is just too risky, and also you would need to breach the terms of the services because obviously agents are not people, right? So second solution is actually have some centralized identity and payment provider, basically some central authority where you will charge your account with some money, and then the agents actually can use that money to buy services, right? So there's a company like that called Skyfire. I think this is great. They are onto something, but the problem is if you want to launch payment network like that, it's very complicated. It's like a chicken and egg problem, right? You need a lot of tools to support it, and they will not support it until a lot of agents support it, and they will not do it until the tools, right? So like launching the credit cards in the 70s or PayPal in the 90s, it cost a lot of effort and money, right? So I think this will take some time and effort, right? So I want to offer a third solution to this problem, right? And it's what if there was like a centralized open marketplace of these tools and agents, right? And actually, we already have a marketplace like that with 5,000 tools. And just recently, over the last couple of days, we added a capability that, for example, if there's an external MCP server for some service that can be used by agents, you can actually just wrap it as an actor and publish it in our store, add monetization to it, and that way, the agent just needs an API key to Apify, and basically the creator of the actor will put the credit card on the target service and make sure that it works right. So basically, you just need one API key to access like 5,000 different tools, and very soon maybe 10,000 of them, right? And I want to show a quick demo. We don't have much time, so I will just do it like from screenshots, right? So this is like our MCP client, which is, by the way, another actor. And I wanted to like ask it, okay, so give me a short summary of the AI Rabbit Hole conference, speakers, topics, and so on. So it will use tool or actor called RAG Web Browser. It's a web browser for, like in ChatGPT. It will search for the query on Google and find the web page, extract data from it, and you can see notable speakers include. My name is not there. Well, obviously, the models are still not great, okay? Hallucinate quite a bit. And okay, another question. Is there an actor wrapping Playwright MCP server? So it searches for the tools, for the actors, Playwright MCP, and actually it found a tool because it's our new actor where we take Playwright MCP server, which is like a product from Microsoft. It's like browser automation library, packages as an actor, and then you can actually use it from our parent MCP server from your agents, right? So yes, there is this tool, there's some information about it, okay? So I ask it, okay, navigate to the conference website and take a screenshot, all right? So it does that, takes a screenshot of the conference, that looks all right. And I'm like, okay, so we went even further. So we looked at one of our competitors, is a company called Browserbase. They also released MCP server, like, well, everybody did, right? So we were, okay, what if we can just wrap their MCP server as an actor, publish it on our marketplace, and actually let anyone in Apify ecosystem to use it? So we did just that. So now I'm actually adding the Browserbase MCP server to the context of the client. It worked, and now I ask it to do the same thing. Okay, also take a screenshot, and it did that, right? So basically, now anybody can take an existing service or tool, publish it on our marketplace, and get out-of-box integrations to all the services, and basically provide those services to the agents, right? So you don't need like 10,000 different API keys to all the services, and you can just your agents can now discover those through Apify, right? So I went even a little further. So I was like, there's a form at the end of the web page. Fill it with some funny info and submit it. So it scrolled down, and actually it filled it like the input search chatbot make ISON. Well, it's not too bad. All right, so I'm running out of time, so I'll just wrap up quickly. So basically now, anybody can publish these tools on our marketplace, wrap them as actor, add price tag to it, and including our external agents. And now they will get exposure to like 700,000 monthly visitors that we get, and more than 1 million revenue per month from this marketplace. And you can tap into it very quickly. Some open questions. Will the autonomous discovery provide real value? Everybody who builds AI agents knows that it's easy to make a nice demo, but it's quite hard to make it work reliably, right? And even with fixed tools. But if the tools are discovered autonomously, there is even more volatility or randomness, right? But I think over time the agents will go, or the AI models will get so good that they will overcome that, and they will become stable even with autonomous discovery of tools. How can agents trust each other, right? I mean, people and businesses, when they transact together, they need to trust each other, right? And we need to deploy this in a network of trust also to the agents to make this successful, because obviously there will be a lot of scam. I can imagine some fake scammer agents, offering services for whatever, and then stealing money and so on. So obviously there is a lot of work, to overcome this. But this is my last question. Is really what if this interaction of autonomous agents is actually what really achieves the AGI? So not one big data center with one huge model, but really interaction of many different smaller agents, very much like the intelligence emerges in biological systems, right? People are built up from simple cells, companies are built up from people, or markets are built up from a lot of people, right? And this is a way how the intelligence emerges from the simpler components. And maybe the AGI will emerge through interaction of agents, but it will not happen if the agents cannot pay each other and really provide full autonomy, because otherwise the system would be fixed, designed by people. So that's wrap up. Thank you for your attention, and we have a demo table in the lobby, so come and chat with us if you're interested.